Hello, my name's Andrew, and these are the Vivobarefoot Tracker ORA, the best barefoot strap sandals for hiking, trail running, and creek wading. Growing up, Tevas were always my favorite trail sandals, but the straps did tend to rub my skin, and after I switched to Zero Drop, the thick soles just started to feel kind of clunky. So Vivo came out with a more comfortable, minimal option, and yeah, let's dive in. First off, the Tracker ORA has a wide toe box with a Velcro front strap that's rounded to prevent rubbing and perforated underneath for breathability, as well as a Z-shaped mid strap and two more padded straps at the ankle for lockdown. Inside, there's a water-resistant footbed for quick drying with raised edges to keep out rocks and some minimal foam underfoot for longer treks. Underneath, you've got a medium 6.5mm Zero Drop sole with great flexibility in all directions, plus an aggressive AT tread with hex lugs that are spaced in front for grip on wet ground and denser at the heel for protection on rocky terrain. FYI, the Tracker ORA runs true to size, and for reference, my feet are 10.5 inches or 26.67 centimeters, so I went down a size to the US 10 or EU 43, which fits snug but still had a little extra room. When I first tried the Tracker ORAs, it was still around freezing in New York, so it was kind of hard to tell what the straps might feel like in warm weather. But now that it's gotten up to 70 degrees, the rounded edges on the ORA felt way smoother than my old Tevas, and while obviously meant for trails, the AT tread was pleasantly soft walking on roads, rolling down as naturally as much thinner soles. Going out for hikes, my favorite setup was to have the ankle strap snug and the front strap a bit looser, which created more room for my toes to bend, and the perforated length definitely nice for airflow on hotter days when solid material can overheat. And like my Tracker Leather AT, which is my all-time favorite barefoot hiking boot, the ORA's hex lugs were excellent scrambling up and down steep muddy hills. For trail running, the slight footbed padding was perfect, smoothing out the lugs while being thin enough to feel springy rather than squishy, and the raised sides were great for keeping out gravel, while the wide lugs kept my foot from sliding around and creating blisters. Doing some creek wading though, the ORA was open enough that I could easily shake out any stones that slipped under my foot, and the AT sole was flexible enough to wrap around wet rocks for some extra traction. Finally, while the rubber did squeak a bit when wet, it also dried quickly in a couple minutes, making the ORA my favorite barefoot sandal for switching between all kinds of trails, from dirt to rocks to mud to water and anything else my feet came across. Overall, the Vivobarefoot Tracker ORA is the best Zero Drop strap sandal of all time for hiking and trail running on both dry and wet terrain, because the straps are wide, soft, and breathable, keeping your foot locked in and preventing rubbing. The footbed is springy for longer treks, while also drying quickly after wading through water, and the 6.5mm AT sole is the best in the world for handling absolutely anything from sharp rocks to steep muddy hills, with an excellent balance of flexibility and protection. However, the wide front strap does feel better loose to allow for toe flexing. The footbed can get slippery when wet, and the heel lugs can get packed with mud, although less so than deeper treads like Vivo's SG sole. In terms of similar barefoot trail sandals, the Xero Z-Trek has a medium wide toe box, minimal cross straps, synthetic footbed, 5.5mm Zero Drop sole with great flexibility, and hybrid tread for hiking and trail running on dry and wet ground. The Toetem BlackBear has an extra wide toe box, soft Hirashi straps, hemp or leather footbed, 4 to 12mm Zero Drop sole with great flexibility, and multiple Vibram treads for hiking and trail running on dry ground. And the DLD Perception has an extra wide toe box, synthetic Hirashi straps, grippy textured footbed, 7 to 12mm Zero Drop sole with great flexibility, and hybrid Vibram tread for hiking and trail running on dry and wet ground. Finally, if you'd like to support the channel, you can shop with the referral links down below, browse and filter more products with the shoe finder tool at my website barefootwear.org, or watch my Zero Drop transition video to learn more about barefooting. Finally, if you have a question about the Vivobarefoot Tracker ORA sandal or about barefoot shoes in general, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Peace.